John! Knees up! And down. Smaller straights to start. The gears up running. The gears up running. Back foot forward. Right foot forward. Desire brings it on. That's what brings it on. 3. Left foot forward. Not fear, desire.
Played against him when he was first playing for Newcastle. And yeah, it was quite interesting. Sort of just watching him in a game. He's very brave. You know, he's not a big guy, very strong in his upper body, but he's not a big guy. But he hits way over his weight, and I just think his whole approach to it in terms of his defence as well as his attack, you know, that's something that I like. You know, he doesn't shirk anything. He'll get stuck in.
It's back to Wilkinson.
Played against him in my last year up in Newcastle. Rob Andrew was still playing. I was very impressed with him. I tried to tackle him once and I was left grasping at thin air. So, but yeah, very good feet, good kicker of the ball. Even at that young age, I think he was about 18 then, and it was hard to work out whether he was a left or right footer because he was so adept kicking with both feet, and obviously a very talented player.
Working again, Wilkinson going for the drop goal to show the left boot.
Mail gets sent to me and I'll read out and then give it to Dad. Emails get sent to him and he'll give them to me and then we'll do them. So either way, we get to read everything.
Who are these for, Jonny?
For a school class that came to watch the game on Sunday, who I signed a few tickets for them, their tickets, and they went back to the school and laminated the tickets. And consequently, that's blacked out all the tickets there. So they've sent some pictures I think they took on the day.
That's one of his real endearing qualities, is that, you know, he'll stand for ages and sign autographs for the kids. And even after a game, when I know he's hurting a lot because the team haven't played particularly well, and maybe he hasn't played particularly well on the day, and the result has gone against us. You know, he still stands there and signs all the kids' autographs, which is marvellous. And he realises that's part of his life, and he's a very well-managed young man.
To Lindsay, Lindsey.
Is this an email?
Yes.
Aged?
20s, 30s. I know who it's for, so I won't say anything.
If it's female, it's normally over the age of 60 or under the age of 10. That's my bracket I like to work in, apparently.
You know, he does enjoy what he's doing now, but he beats himself up sometimes over things. You know, if his kicking's not going well, or his passing isn't excellent, or he's lifting, or he's sprinting, or all the different aspects of his preparation. If one isn't going particularly well up, so what some would consider almost perfectly on the day, he'll beat himself up over it.
And maybe sometimes people don't understand what it takes to get to the top in any area of life, and I think there has to be a level of obsession. That's what he loves doing, and he wants to improve every part of his game, and that's what being world class is all about. If you're on it 24 hours a day, you're going to lose the edge, you're going to lose that sort of that hunger to do it, that desire to do it. And I think maybe if there's one part of his development as almost like as a guy is to find some other interests. I think you need some strong guys who are his mates who sort of say, yeah, Jonny, hey, that's great, love that, but come on, let's go and do X, Y, and Z. Let's drag him out of himself. And whether that's a girlfriend who can do that to him, who can, or some mates who just sort of say, Jonny, let's go and do something else.
he needs to just take his foot off the pedal from an intensity standpoint, and he just needs to do all the things he's doing now and maybe enjoy it that little bit more. I think there's another percentage, sizable percentage, to come out that would knock people dead, really. And ensure he doesn't get any injuries along the way, then by the time he's 31, he'll be absolutely phenomenal player. Because he can do everything now.
Not being able to do this every day would send a real shock down my system, but I think if I just sat still on it, then I would have real trouble. If I just sat there and moped on it, then it could be a real life crisis. I think I'd just head straight into something else, 2 feet straight into another project, and give myself more goals to face, but just in something completely different. I suppose I'd just have to find a way of getting the adrenaline into my life another way, in another fashion. If I couldn't compete in a sport like this, or play any sport, then...
They have to be so fit, these boys. Body strength, all-round strength, neck, everything, because they take a pounding. I have friends from the States come over and they watch rugby and they think they're all mad. You know, where's the helmets? Where's the body armour and all this? And they cannot understand how these guys take it. And to me, I think it's one game I wish I'd played more. I only played once and sent off after 20 minutes for misinterpretation of the rules.
Wilkinson, and he's taken late that time. Yanis Labiskakny could be facing a card here. Oh, it's a red card! Labiskak for the dangerous challenge on Jonny Wilkinson. South Africa down to 14 men.
I love the competitiveness of top-class rugby, the physical side of it, the impact. They knock the hell out of each other, want to win, and at the end of the game, shake hands, have a beer. Well, now they have to have an isotonic or something. A beer would have done quite sufficient for me, but that's my kind of cool down, or warm down, or whatever they call it. Far too fit, these boys. But no, I love it. I love rugby, and I love watching the game, and I think you only have to go to Twickenham and see that it's a game that's loved in this country.
We don't see Jonny a great deal these days. Well, remember him coming down about 3 years ago when he was just really establishing himself in the England team and actually doing a coaching session with our first team backs and gave them a whole range of new moves that they went out and practiced. I mean, he was 20 then, and there were guys who were 30, 35, have been established in our first team. Absolutely, you know, listening to every word, hanging on every word he was saying, because there was a player who actually played at high level, much higher level than them, imparting knowledge back to them to develop their own game.
The bit I enjoy is actually doing it, being stood there in a crazy torn suit, getting the chance to do that is a bit different. What I don't enjoy is the fact that that'll go out in front of a lot of people and they'll see that. The good thing is I don't see it myself very often.
It's what I normally look like about 2:30 in the morning. When I've been out. It's not too dissimilar actually, apart from the smell.
I don't think I've ever actually seen an advert of myself, which is good, because that's not what I think of when I get told I'm doing a shoot on this day. It's sort of like, okay, what am I doing that day? Not what's going to happen, how many photos or how many posters they're going to do, where they're going to put them. Never even I'll go into that. Just, right, how long's the shoot? Okay, enjoy it, and that's great. So it stops there.
Do you think modeling's your thing long term?
I don't think I've got what it takes, to be honest. I don't think I've ever had what it takes, but it's all a bit like, it's quite new and it's all sort of, I suppose some of it's exciting, but most of it's a bit, I'm inside, I'm kind of definitely feeling a bit, I'm not comfortable here. I'm trying to put it out to you boys that I'm bring it on sort of thing, but
you're in the groove.
You reckon? Is it working or not?
You're looking good.
Well, then we're all right.
I want to give a good impression. It's a great feeling that some companies feel that you can represent them in the light they want. I don't know, kind of image for their product, and that's a great feeling. That's very satisfying, but it's something I've struggled with.